So what's in this other part of the house?
Okay. I'll show you. Please.
Thank you.
Sir.
What if the soaring notes of André Rieu's violin are hiding a secret so staggering it's brought his family to tears? The Waltz King has mesmerized millions with his music. But behind the sold-out concerts and glittering empire lies a fortune so personal, so profound, it's rewriting his legacy. Is it a treasure trove of priceless violins, a castle steeped in history, or something far deeper that's left his loved ones speechless? One thing's certain, this isn't just about millions. It's about a truth that could change everything you thought you knew about the maestro. Buckle up, because the curtain's rising on a story of wealth, love, and a jaw-dropping revelation that'll keep you glued to every word. Can you guess what Rieu's been hiding all along? Don't blink. You won't want to miss this. Born in 1949 in the charming town of Maastricht, Netherlands, André Rieu was surrounded by music from the start. His father, a conductor for the Maastricht Symphony Orchestra, sparked a love for the violin that would define his life. Rieu's early years were filled with the echoes of orchestras, setting the stage for an incredible career. He took his passion to the Royal Conservatory of Brussels, where he trained under the brilliant André Girdler, earning the prestigious Premier Prix. But Rieu wasn't just another violinist. He had a dream to make classical music thrilling and approachable for all. In 1987, he launched the Johann Strauss Orchestra, turning stiff, formal concerts into lively celebrations. His electrifying take on Shostakovich's Second Waltz won him the Waltz King title in hearts worldwide. How did he make the old feel new again? Keep listening to find out. Rieu's concerts became global spectacles, joyful events that drew crowds from every corner of the earth. From Asia to America, he sold out venues with his unique blend of sophistication and fun. He didn't just perform, he connected, making classical music a universal language that spoke to everyone. His past as a small-town dreamer transformed into a present of unmatched stardom, proving that passion can rewrite the rules. But his genius didn't stop at music. It built an empire. Rieu's flair for showmanship and smart business moves turned him into a multi-millionaire. He ran a production company to steer his tours and recordings, and teamed up with luxury brands for exclusive merchandise. His lifestyle matched his success. Think Mercedes-Benz S-Class cars, a Rolls-Royce Phantom, and Rolex watches that gleamed with every bowstroke. His Maastricht mansion boasts a private concert hall, while a villa in France and a Gulfstream G650 jet round out his lavish world. But here's where it gets jaw-dropping. How did Rieu protect this dazzling life? He was meticulous, securing health insurance for his family, asset protection for his properties, and career coverage to keep the show going no matter what. His financial playbook is a masterclass. Blend talent with innovation, control your craft, and shield your wealth. From his early days scraping by in Maastricht to now, Rieu's journey shows the power of vision and grit. Yet, the real bombshell came recently. A hidden fortune so personal it left his family reeling. This wasn't just cash. It was a legacy tied to his soul, a gift from decades of dedication. What could be so moving it brought tears to their eyes? The truth will hit you like a crescendo. Let's rewind for a moment. Back in the 70s, Rieu was a young dreamer in Maastricht, Netherlands, tinkering with his first ensemble, the Maastricht Salon Orchestra. It was a small gig, but it sparked something big. His mission to make classical music a party for everyone. Fast forward to 1987, and he's launching the Johann Strauss Orchestra with just 12 musicians. 6 months of sweat and grit later, they debuted on New Year's Day 1988, turning stuffy concert halls into lively celebrations. By 2008, that tiny crew had swelled to 43, and by 2020, it was a powerhouse of 50 to 60 members. His secret? Breaking the mold, making music that didn't just sit there but danced with the crowd. Then came 1995, a game changer. During a football match halftime in Amsterdam, Rieu snagged 60 seconds of TV time to play Shostakovich's Second Waltz. Ajax scored right before, and bam, the stadium was glued to him. The next week, I sold 200,000 CDs. He grinned. That moment turned him into the modern king of waltz, and his empire took off like a rocket. Now, let's talk money. Because Rieu's built more than just an orchestra. He's crafted a financial juggernaut. From those early days, his net worth has climbed to an estimated $40 million today. But here's the kicker. Experts say it could hit $80 million in the next decade. How? He's not just playing violins, he's running a full-on business. Production companies, event planning, even custom costume workshops. By 2018, he'd racked up $550 million in tour earnings, topping Billboard's classical charts. "I need $1 million a month to keep this family running," he once said, overseeing 110 staff and 100 freelancers. Unlike most classical artists begging for grants, Rieu's cash flows from ticket stubs, DVDs, and streaming. But the road wasn't always smooth. In 2008, he nearly went broke splurging on a castle-themed stage set. Yet, like a true maestro, he bounced back, proving resilience is his middle name. And oh, the luxury. Rieu lives like royalty, and his castle in Maastricht is the crown jewel. Bought in the early 2000s for over $10 million, it's got a concert hall, lush gardens, and art that screams success. It's not just a home, it's his childhood fantasy made real. Add in his swanky villa in southern France, a $15 million retreat, and his real estate empire tops $25 million. Then there's the toys. A Mercedes-Benz S-Class purrs in his garage alongside a Rolls-Royce Phantom. Timeless rides for a timeless star. His wrist, dripping with a Rolex Daytona and Patek Philippe gems, craftsmanship meets showmanship. And when he's jetting to gigs worldwide, it's in a Gulfstream G650, a $60 million sky palace. This isn't just wealth, it's a lifestyle that shouts, "I made it!" But hold on, what's the real price of all this glitz? Rieu's hidden fortune isn't just dollar signs, it's an emotional tidal wave crashing over his family. Imagine the tears when they learned the depth of his legacy. Not just cash, but a love letter in every note he's played. This is a man who went from a kid with a violin to a global icon, pouring decades of heart into his craft and kin. His wife Marjorie and son Pierre? They're not just inheriting millions, they're cradling a story of sacrifice and triumph. Compared to his past, scraping by in a small town, it's a leap that's left them speechless. But here's the hook that'll stop you cold. What if behind every chandelier and jet lies a heartbreak they never saw coming? Rieu's not your typical classical stiff. Critics once sniffed at his sentimental shows, but he laughed it off, saying, "I'm creating a total work of art." Inspired by Wagner, he fused music, dance, and spectacle into a joy fest that's packed arenas for decades. While other orchestras faded, he thrived, turning concerts into parties where fans sing and sway. His musicians live plush too. Gourmet meals, fitness coaches, even a kindergarten for their kids. It's a family affair, and Rieu's the patriarch who's rewritten the rules. But can you guess the confession he's about to drop that'll flip this fairy tale upside down? Let's step back to Maastricht, where a young André, violin in hand, dreamed of castles inspired by Tintin comics. Fast forward to 1999, and that boy's fantasy became reality when he snapped up a 16th century gem, Huys de Tours, or House of the Small Turrets, for 1.45 million euros. This wasn't just a purchase, it was fate. As a kid, he took piano lessons in its damp, dreary rooms, never imagining he'd one day own it. "We weren't even looking, but when a castle comes up, you don't say no," his wife Marjorie chuckled. Together, they've poured heart and soul into restoring this historic marvel, with its 1452 kitchen and 1526 walls, whispering tales of musketeers like D'Artagnan. But here's the hook that'll stop you in your tracks. What if this castle holds more than history? It holds the key to Rieu's hidden fortune. Rieu's vision transformed the castle into a masterpiece. No fancy designers here, just André, brightening dark corners with gold leaf and filling rooms with treasures from his global travels. His French-style orangery, brimming with tropical birds and butterflies, is pure magic. Others buy Ferraris. I wanted a butterfly haven, he grinned. The castle's value, now over $15 million, part of a $25 million real estate empire that includes 34 Maastricht properties, from nearby buildings to sprawling land. Maintenance isn't cheap. Its soft stone demands constant care, with major repairs in 2015, fixing eroded walls and roofs. Yet Rieu doesn't live there, opting for a cozy 150-year-old house nearby. So why keep it? It's his stage, his symbol, his childhood dream, a beacon for his concerts and his legacy. Now, let's talk about the real stars of his empire, his violins. Under Rieu's chin lies a 1667 Stradivarius, a multi-million-dollar treasure that sings with every waltz. His collection, including other rare instruments, is worth over $10 million, insured to protect their priceless value. These aren't just tools, they're investments growing in worth as his fame soars. From his early days scraping by to now, Rieu's journey is a masterclass in turning passion into profit. His net worth, pegged at $40 million, could double by 2035, thanks to tours, streaming, and savvy real estate moves. Compare that to his past, a small-town kid with big dreams, and you see a man who's rewritten the score of success. But can you guess the secret he's been hiding that's about to change everything? Rieu's luxury lifestyle is as grand as his music. Picture him cruising in a Bentley Continental, its sleek lines matching his Patek Philippe watches that gleam with every bowstroke. His Gulfstream G650 jet whisks him to sold-out shows, a $60 million ride for a global icon. His real estate, from the castle to a $15 million French villa, screams triumph. Yet, in 2008, he faced a near financial collapse after overspending on a lavish stage set. His comeback? Pure grit, proving he's as sharp with business as he is with a violin. Insurance, health for his family, asset protection for his properties, and career coverage keeps his empire secure. The lesson: bet on yourself, but always have a safety net. But here's where it gets heart-wrenching. That hidden fortune we've been teasing? It's not just castles or violins. It's a legacy of love that's left his family reeling. Imagine Marjorie and son Pierre discovering the depth of André's devotion. Not just millions, but a life poured into every note, every brick, every dream. This revelation tied to his heart has them in tears, bridging his past as a dreamer to a present where he's a titan. It's a story of sacrifice, of a man who turned music into magic for millions and a fortune for those he loves. But what's the one confession he's about to share that'll flip this tale on its head? Rieu's empire thrives because he dared to be different. While classical purists scoffed, he built a brand that's packed arenas for decades, with fans dancing in the aisles. His castle and violins aren't just assets, they're symbols of a life that defied the odds. From Maastricht's quiet streets to the world's biggest stages, he's shown that passion plus hustle equals immortality. But don't blink, because the final twist is coming. What shocking truth is Rieu about to unveil that'll make his family's tears tell a whole new story? Stay tuned. This symphony's crescendo is going to hit you like a tidal wave. Let's rewind to Maastricht, where a young André clutched his violin, dreaming of a life beyond the ordinary. That dream led him to collect treasures like his 1667 Stradivarius, crafted when its maker, Antonio Stradivari, was in love. That violin holds his heart, Rieu once said, and it's been his companion through a career that's touched millions. By the 2000s, he upgraded to a 1732 Stradivarius, a rarer gem, both now worth over $10 million. These aren't just instruments, they're history, made from wood grown when Columbus sailed. Their value soars with Rieu's fame, insured with meticulous care, traveling with bodyguards and first-class treatment. But here's the hook that'll grab you. What if these violins hold the key to a secret Rieu's been guarding all along? Rieu's empire is a masterclass in turning passion into profit. His net worth, now at $40 million, has grown from humble beginnings to a projected $80 million by 2035, fueled by tours, streaming, and a real estate empire worth $25 million. His Maastricht castle, bought for 1.45 million euros in 1999, now valued at 15 million, anchors a portfolio of 34 properties, including a French villa and land parcels. Maintenance is relentless. Soft stone demands constant repairs, like the 2015 overhaul of its walls and roof. His luxury? A Bentley Continental and Rolls-Royce Phantom purr in his garage, while Patek Philippe and Rolex watches gleam on his wrist. A Gulfstream G650 jet worth 60 million whisks him to global stages. Insurance, health, assets, career locks in his security, a lesson in protecting what matters. But the real story isn't in the glitz, it's in the heart. In 2021, when the pandemic hit hard, Rieu faced financial turmoil. His orchestra, his family of 110 staff and 100 freelancers, was at risk. "I'd sell my Stradivarius to save them," he declared, a jaw-dropping confession that stunned fans. That violin, worth millions, was less precious than the people who bring his music to life. Thankfully, he didn't have to sell as shows resumed, but those words revealed a man who values love over luxury. Compared to his past, a small-town kid with big dreams, his present is a testament to sacrifice and loyalty. But what's the hidden fortune that's left his family reeling? Picture Marjorie, his wife, and son Pierre, discovering a legacy not just of wealth, but of devotion. This fortune, castles, violins, millions, is a love letter to them, built through decades of sweat and soul. It's not just about money, it's about a man who turned waltzes into a global phenomenon, only to gift it all to those he cherishes. The tears they shed, a mix of awe and gratitude for a life poured into every note. Rieu's business ventures, production companies, costume workshops, event planning, kept him in control, while collaborations with luxury brands boosted his brand. His financial lesson? Invest in what you love, protect it fiercely, and share it generously. But hold on. What's the one truth he's about to confess that'll change how you see him forever? Rieu's journey is a wild ride from Maastricht's quiet streets to sold-out arenas where fans dance to his tunes. Critics once called his shows too sentimental, but he proved them wrong, building an empire that's outlasted fading orchestras. His castle promotes his concerts, his violins sing his story, and his heart ties it all together. From a boy inspired by Tintin to a titan who redefined classical music, he's shown that dreams, when chased with grit, become legends. But here's the final twist. The secret fortune isn't just assets. It's a promise to his family, a vow to keep creating, loving, and giving. What's the confession that's left them speechless? It's Rieu's plan to pass the baton, ensuring his music and love echo for generations.